This is Kessben 93.3 FM, a new wave of excellence in radio.
The Tony Dean for any Mr. Towel. What's what you're saying? Cool. Yes, I bet you. Yesterday, while Madrid and Ancelotti was celebrating their 100th Champions League appearance and wins, Tuchel was also celebrating his in style. Babingo, GH, Mamprobi, Accra. What they are they Abba and so I don't know. I mean, I'm from Mamuni now. So be on where they. Okay. They're corona. They're corona. They're corona. Thomas Tuchel after 100 games. Yes. Sacked. We need 62.
Yeah. 62 wins, 19 draws, 19 losses.
Bolly, so also 100 days in it.
And reaction.
Wow.
100 games.
Yeah.
1 Champions League, 1 European Super Cup.
Yes.
1 FIFA Club World Cup.
Yeah.
A finalist in the FA Cup, finalist in the Community
Why you be papa.
But he's
why you be a Chelsea, but he's gone.
100 days. Wow.
And the Kerm.
You know,
now, who expects how do we?
You know, Chelsea, there's as always, Chelsea living by their standard. It is not a team that worship mediocrity. In team, I'm expecting. And after watching the game, I will say issue na every coach.
And I can message you I almost say you know Zagreb. So one perform against them, you might be sacked.
Yes. That was a discussion after the game against West Ham.
Yeah.
And then after watching the game, I'm a Tessa no player Saki coach na anymore.
But I would say the entire forward dream could be brain. If it was Roman Abramovich, the picture would be clearer. Because Obi and Roman Abramovich are your best. But Todd Bolly, people didn't know so much about Sene Oyeni Nema.
Okay.
It's not any expected baby.
All right.
But
no, the moment Todd Bolly decided to accept to spend the level of Abramovich, it's just all to us.
Clearly,
yeah.
Yeah. And clearly, so in the Chelsea culture, it was all follow. And one opening by and all follow. Who try to sign materials. Into try to sign materials now who this kind of shambolic and terrible performance from players. You know what will you do? Obviously, the coach will be sacked. Into Chelsea and other clubs on because you know to what money yes. And people will be rally behind the coach. No, it is a team that grand resource. Omonko out. Say Omako 2 seasons without a domestic trophy. No. Even coaches with a domestic trophy, they ended up sacking them. Into Thomas Tuchel, no, you know, I'm for sending a message, but I said Chelsea has been conceding this season. In the presence of Rudiger, they were conceding. Check the last 6 games for Chelsea last season in the Premier League. The only game Oman conceded was the game against Leeds United. 3-0. Against Man United, against Watford, against Wolves, you know, against Leicester City. In all these games, season Chelsea conceded. So when you sign new players, you expect improvement. But the new players, no matter Chelsea, apart from Mendy, have been terrible this season. Now, as we quarter the other number 2 Rui James has been on and off. Koulibaly, a pale shadow of himself after the game against Tottenham Hotspur. Wesley for fun, I know I heard no see this strike and let you know. I said, hey, na bonny.
Speed ninja.
I said, hey, na bonny. Oh no, I crack it one.
Speed ninja.
I crack it one.
Speed
ninja.
I crack it one. Who are Krawa Besha Club 100 from be 2 million.
The speed no did play and let you know. So their backline, the only standout player had been Thiago Silva. Kokoyara and Soba, no first game super. He has been on and off. No creativity in midfield. Players continue to dip in form. Mason Mount. Because I know Chelsea best player the last time. Hakim Ziyech. Christian Pulisic. No improvement.
Okokon free kick. Hakim Ziyech. Free kick your boy.
Na ode no. Ball na omo je offside no bu keeper no fe mo no ahwe no ana. They no be enemy say wa na omo zero ball. Hwe can harvest. Ne hwe na bone. So you are not improving the newcomers. The old G's are also deeping in form and then continue to deep in form. Adia Thomas Tuchel de bar Chelsea e ma obi a pen asem. E players and Frank Lampard in form in the way no. How would he improve those players? A typical example was Rudiger. He was an outcast under Frank Lampard. But in the presence of Tuchel, how he improved all those materials. N'Golo Kante was off. But in the last fall of the Champions League, look at the kind of performance N'Golo Kante did at Chelsea in the Champions League under Tuchel. He improved certain materials and no BNM Sajegu. And it continued to the Club World Cup. But you know what? Last season, in the last 2 trophies, he lost it. Shekwe on first lose game was Santiago Bernabeu. And this season too, oko preseason yanko yi no, o lamente so mo fa materials mra. Koulibaly aba, Kokurera aba, Wesley Fofana aba, Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, eno unyane derby. Aso ball be 10 months me. It is no obviously. There's no way Chelsea will choose the coach over the players because they want results. They spent a lot. It is so much spending a lot there. They only need to go back and live by their standard. And if you want to live by your standard, Chelsea, they have seen it all in terms of appointing top-class coaches. Omo team appointing obi awadi World Cup in Napamano. Did you know who is Thomas Tuchel? So obviously, after such dismal performance yesterday against a team that come 93 million pounds. Now the better to Chelsea players is Sika spending at this time. You know, and now game now it was a one-dimensional game, one game plan for ball. No can wins that cross. Louis James and Hakim Jet na ball na come on sasa. Oh, the only plan I agree. Say a team defend with numbers are the only way. Now betting open up is to tore the flanks. But it was just one dimension, no creativity inside the area. It is a Uncle you say, dear, you know, what do you expect? Obviously, coach down number sacrifice, and I'm not very surprised at all because Sanema we are very common with Chelsea.
The Telegraph as a Tuchel's relationship with players, with certain players, had deteriorated. Any
you know,
ball now players in the big ball.
You know, we're very common with Chelsea. Chelsea goes to massacre in that is Jose Mourinho, Carlo Ancelotti, Antonio Conte, Andre Villas-Boas,
Lampard,
Frank Lampard. It is part of Chelsea. Chelsea living inconsistency in terms of this, and coaches and players in their issues. You know, but the funny thing is that players are complaining so game time. No? Coach game time. So this is very normal with Chelsea, and you know they only need to live by their standard, and clearly live by their standard.
Graham Potter, and I have to say Brighton and who's Albion.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite coaches.
Carlo Ancelotti.
Oh yeah, one of my favorite coaches.
Out of work, Carlos.
Pochettino.
Sorry, Pochettino.
You know, I'm a 4 coaches. I've seen Pochettino, I've seen Graham Potter.
Out of work, Pochettino.
Yes.
Mauricio.
Mahu Joachim Low, and Mahu Zinedine Zidane. Graham Potter is one of my favorites. But you know, at Chelsea, I don't think it will work. English coaches, no, my coaching Chelsea and Abramovich, you know what has been the success. Steve Holland by a short time. Frank Lampard, what has been the success? All the achievers or the achievement of Abramovich were foreigners. And Thomas Tuchel was another example. Graham Potter, a decent work over Brighton. Last season they were 9th. Check his car teams in the tria. And you know, teams were after his players. Kokoyera can as him so free on a buy. Last week, Liverpool got some the 41 million pounds for fast Asido. Niomo pay a move. Meaning, saying people will move for Leandro Trossard. And a lot of players are day in, day out, or tries or pushing certain players, and again, you know, or improving certain individuals within the squad. Look at Ben White. People who chase Adam Webster too. Newcastle bar for Louis Dunk into a year more Brighton. look at the table. National baby are Brighton that compare them to the big team that have spent a lot in the market. Into a year, Juma, but you know, at Chelsea, they will not have time for any project.
I think the decision to sack Tuchel even kept long. If it were to be Abramovich's era, he would have sacked him earlier than now. Greetings to the following people: Kellen, Flex, Wheezy, Lincoln, Newton, aka Lujan, who do we Seri, and Abre. All right, Naro. Kakra bi na fi games no. Nyo ono kwa so da yasake no. Domenico Tedesco of RB Leipzig. And also J 4-1 home.
And
to Shakhtar Donetsk.
Yes.
In the
Bundesliga, we're winning just a game pair. First of all, if you want to build a project, now general nature players no more time, no about time for that project. You don't need to go in for an Italian. There are teams are on your project. You know, they go in for coaches are almost flexible and on more background or I improve certain players within a quick time, normally within the market. If I ask Southampton and look at all these teams, and then the kind of embarrassment, almost started game very well. But baby, until they are not performing in the Champions League, and the same thing applies to them in the German Bundesliga. Sevilla, for instance, or president, no. You see, Camona, almost say, go team, no. After almost losing to Manchester City, and after losing
to find out Manchester Sevilla, so Saki coach now, Julian Lopetegui.
Well, I know.
We'll find out. Yes,
yes. But a clear case of say
when you
find consistency.
And
I'm saying about it in the
when
you find consistency, when you find continuity.
Yes, I've
known Tom Ball, he believes in continuity.
Yes,
tradition goes on. Coming on to Wasaka, we are the Champions League. The movie says something.
Coach is like Obiaji.
Obi on Jersey. Hey, Obi on Jersey. Obi on
Jersey. Na come Domenico Tedesco. Oh, darling boy, we are no Real Leipzig.
We watch Champions League matches.
General, I think that
at the expense of Guardiola.
Into one car forever.
Oh, not forever, but at least in a typical Chelsea team. Me no surprise. Chelsea. No surprise. Me and Kamin second.
It's a new
Chelsea.
No, Kofi Baby General has been a but there are a number of issues.
Anytime,
General. I even think that Tom Bolly's desire to wipe away all personnel engaged by Roman Abramovich, can't be. So Roman Abramovich in Crawford now, the staff no far more no more humano. See, no, they now work as senior staff and fancy no work at topmost hierarchy. Thomas Tuchel, me boy, Osake, Obano. What I say? Osaki Chesawasaki Sakiumana Abeka manager no and no amount of time kakra because yes we bought 100 games I win 62 I draw 19 and losing 19 in 10 it's a good returns amount Champions League amount Super Cup amount FIFA Club World Cup then they qualify for the Champions League which is no news but adeba kwa ube can say Thomas Tuchel Jumedino form our manager unshade who way clear now begin so be sacking no the trend of the results. The first 50 games Chelsea conceded only 24 goals. The other 50 games Uma conceded 53 goals. General about first 50 only 24. Not just in the first 50 games every game every 2 games and Sunday be at Chelsea conceded a goal. But this time around, about 50 games are conceded 53. As it and Koye. Then in the history of the Premier League, and see that setting B Ebeko Jamanso in just a transfer window, a summer window, no spending £260 million sterling, a record spending in a season for a club. And after that, necessary results win our day manner. Then he would want to think again. What no say free on ma? What it in some now or need senior players near the and send be and so a war honum players no be ready to fight for them. It started with Lukaku and all that. General say we team ra now say em fan say what for Lukaku about 100 Lukaku say 105
million euros.
Million euros. and I cover player and the just one season. Player na sa ko dinta ho, scan so sa ko dinta ho. Wajo 105 million euros. Wasaji player no. Wa ma clearly there and how Thomas Tuchel handled the Lukaku issue. Me assure so your manager Abesha see a fee when no and performance of boys in the team no park no so no. A number of them are not ready to fight for the coach. Okay. So for me, unexpected but not surprising. Say omu apamono.
Yamhwe na games no na games wo ho kakra bi abono ndo apawsima aduonu enum ohwe Kessben television. Can Chelsea qualify from their Champions League group? Your Chelsea has sacked their coach and you have not stopped smiling since the commencement of the show. That are coming cancer achim asene na the way e buy. Okay, nti ma smile nti ontia say ya sack coach na me smile. Yes,
Jason goes.
Lila Andy give us the number of matches Tuchel played under the new owner. To me, I think Tuchel's sack is in the right direction. Blue is a color. Bismarck, Asamoah, Expo, Mansour Dubia, Unadiwe, Abre, and Anopei. Your coach, if you praso, can Guardiola excel at Chelsea? Why na Ebusa, Asemwe, Efri, Chifu Praso, Joseph, Unadiwe, Abre. Your come Mampon Quanta. Good morning, sir. Chelsea will play Europa. Odiabono, Asamoah, Mampon Quanta. And he came in games.
You know, Enra, Glasgow. Yeah, sure, Madrid for after winning the Champions League, you know, I come back first was started way. After a torrid first half from Celtic and clearly, so all park and so I was an Celtic for any abrace or BB, creating decent chances, making sure the ref only total control over the game. But I'm far more. Ref only keep it cool or making sure say they will still depend on their experience, knowing very well. So which side teams are, they just try to impress. They just try to press and make sure. Say we down ready no na odiabo. In the second half, almost by and that same old story. But eventually, Vinicius Junior go no. Emma Celtic for an team game in view. And Luka Modric with a trademark outside foot goal. Or the two move with Eden Hazard crown it all. A sum up the Real Madrid performance. Performance no only till La Liga limna Genoa. And one no mukoswa. Omode ababe pimo Champions League. They are not living in this toll on 10. And omu so e kire say omu ye tima. So opete Champions League no dia. You have to make sure so be clear omu from your way. Answer no team yaje. A good performance from Carlo Ancelotti and his guys, and for me, Vinicius Junior, Orient Chouameni, and then Luka Modric and Rajinwa. They were just outstanding. Okay. And then when I say Modric in a standard ovation at Glasgow.
It's nice. 100 days is very nice. I hope there will be another 100, then another 100 coming. Thomas Tuchel. Okay. Okay.
You know, big game. El Park the Princess. And after such embarrassment that they went about, now you share the 3 players of PSG, the performance almost so diama this season. The Ligue 1 in Sebet in the Champions League. Juve, and so a bit of changes within their setup. Omona Injis Kakra, no Muramu Paris, and with Leandro Paredes back to the Parc des Princes, Naya share on Adran Rabio, in 5 minutes, almost over Marco Verratti, and 15 has won your chance to play. In the first half, Juve started game and Genoa, PSG for not taking advantage of the lapses and the Juve team. And look at that insane pass from Neymar to Kylian Mbappe. You don't expect that kind of showboat, you know. And that is what a Brazilian stand for. Mbappe and so on, no mistake. After that pass, you know, look at that goal from Mbappe. On also ya dear, on my pass now Neymar and my and no so money effect. And you know. So
no, me sure sir. We can say computer game because now Mbappe won in China. Into Peja bonus and born travel from the top and I know so air running and they met at the same time.
That is what understanding a game in stand for. No any. Look at the movement of Mbappe. It is only people born out and I say clearly. Unity and perfect harmony cohesion there. So when your players up front no much or more say oh your coach our Jumano, you know umbre baby. and for pace you look for Mbappe. Second half, you know, almost had to as well, and Juve for back game him strongly. But Oman Timian started and there was no way I know be NDA. Mbappe san add up a second. Obi a bonnet for that ball. I did running from the center, Mr. Franco who that baller. You have to agree. So at least Neymar was in a better position. I went to me for ball now or ball edit two baby. Technically, it was wrong for him to choose that angle. But what can you say? These players sometimes have their differences, and in Christopher Galtier for him to settle up all these things. So who will be the one who person the Champions League? This kind of internal wranglings and egos, so not and what am I team and winning. But on the whole, Juve came back strongly in the second half. Western Mark near the head, I don't have to at the moment consolation. Parades took control throughout the second half. But you know, appear the furniture say game with the Oman and results, no, and as I predicted, you know, making sure say at home this time, beating and maintaining almost stand slam and yemeting yakuye.
Todd Bowley's interest in signing Cristiano Ronaldo provided an early difference of opinion, with Bowley reluctant to simply take no for an answer. Thomas Tuchel, who seemed exasperated at having to explain his reasons for not wanting him, Abeku Promone, Ekumfi Eisam, already way a free Abre and Anopay. No way there is a while the battery mayo. When you begin to discuss husbands with big manhood, the camel's wife stays mute, knowing that knowing what she's enduring. The sacking of Thomas Tuchel has triggered silence and grief in the families of Brendan Rodgers, Frank Lampard, David Moyes, etc. Obiye Yase and Obiye Neye. NTK. Ajuso NTK. NTK chairman NTK na. NPP chairman. I don't know sir. Okay. Naro, okay. When you begin to discuss husbands with big manhood, the camel's wife stays mute, knowing what she is enduring. You tell me what you say.
Say, Moody, Mura, no more, Omubema. Say, Mudra, and so home come. Come here, Fumwe.
Yes.
Na Fumwe, why you ding? Besides the old feminine, or no crying in him. The bassa paying for us will be a year, see, near a year who a year. A Fumwe bread. Then so the piano I did. Okay, can I say from where they say, boy, give me cool boy. Now you dear, the boy.
Moi, Obi about you said the Jademuno. The Frank Lampard, Brendan Rodgers, David Moyes near the Munano, Monsens Yuzimudio. Bibi abitu mesi NTK.
What's one? Brendan Rodgers, David Moyes,
Lampard.
And a Lampard. Ombe Pamoma come up on that. Okay. Ombe Pamoma come up.
Never to us to say Ombe Pamandi.
Brendan Rodgers said, "I'm going to or not the end of West crowd."
Until I'm saying,
and Lampard is improving.
With the 8th last season,
no,
there is no improvement for Brendan Rodgers.
Lampard is improving. David Moyes is improving. So what check on first games on my boy? Lampard the last 2 games on lose here. Until Lampard is improving.
Brendan Rodgers.
Or no, the end because on my pamne da.
Okay.
What's your major ones in area?
Well,
you're run the fast now.
I think that once again, Abrante Fenelin Halal. As I starting a year,
Tapino.
The first goal, say you Tapino, Banu, Papa.
You know,
nice few players.
Inzaghi, expert. Followed by Ronaldo, but how we didn't
but you feel or tone who didn't share ball in the
right place at the right time.
Lewandowski last week, and the last week. General, and now so Musa can go now.
Opposition who you
do? And who are creating space? No, no, 6-yard box, 18-inch one which goes no, just around the 6-yard box. This is a fox in the box.
Okay, can't go for no Maumbi and Ayas Rangers, Napoli, ni Liverpool.
I say no must say Chelsea for.
Oh, I must go for better.
And I can't go for.
You know, you catch them.
I must go for better.
Vim and Crawford the chance here from 4 o'clock uko nyina no church for no akrambo sa have him ni
start that so mo hihye foforo
na mo piska wa ho ya seno
obi se on be na ka champions omo fa bi ncha 5 bio na go mu nyina start for that church yo mo ne de well big games
and the surprise you be na
surprise
games no are interesting. Inter Bayern Munich so any game to akra.
It's a big game. I'm not expecting surprise from any of them.
Tottenham Olympic Marseille. Yeah,
yes. I'm not expecting surprise from any of them. Inter Milan, Bayern Munich, the last 3 visitors. Bayern for no dia ko Inter hono, Genoa ko yi dia momo. No krenim nyame nim you almost last 2 games against Mönchengladbach, Union Berlin. In the German Bundesliga and co-EM for my junior leagues, so far, Inter for Ayaka or Massimia, almost Simeone Inzaghi in the Derby de la Madonnina and in Guasea Porto non Suje against AC Milan. And things have not been well for Inter Milan in the Champions League recently. Omu group no omu be hope say playing at home no be a very good results because you know as obo first sub game. Na so ko lose to buy adia. Barcelona ball against a relatively weaker side. It is saying so much pressure on Inter Milan for them to perform. So what you now show team now? You ask yourself why they continue to struggle in Europe and why they are struggling in the Italian Serie A. Because materials there, you know, will be brave, more options to choose from. But my kind of hard say the problem come back when they say. Omo goalkeeper or omo captain is their weakest link and general. Anyway bia and also find out man he'll still in post. Until give omo that assurance and stability. And in the Champions League, so goalkeeper more the ball fema obre. We've seen it from a lot of clubs. And you hoot from teams omo say omo goalkeepers they boa omo pa edru maybe to save them and to keep them in the competition. Until Bayern for they are coming with a full force and look at our attack, 26 goal normal score on board in the German Bundesliga and the Macau hard time and again in the Champions League group stage in recent times it is Manchester City and Bayern Munich when it comes to results and goal scoring. In the Interfodo, Di Marco, Alessandro Bastoni, Stefan De Vrij, Milan Skriniar, Denzel Dumfries, the unity. Omo betimi e dia sustaining the pressure of Leroy Sane, Sadio Mane, Kingsley Coman, Thomas Muller na Eden and German Musiala the young star 5 goals on board in the Bundesliga. Obepe Joshua Kimmich in midfield. Omo betimi endure with that kind of pressure. And Lucas Hernandez, Dayo Upamecano and then Matthias De Ligt. And so betimi endure Lautaro Martinez press and in the consistency and the talent up front that will be the battle on the field of play. But you know, with Bayern Munich and what they've shown, I think it's more enough to beat Inter Milan at the San Siro. Me go in for a 2-1 win for Bayern Munich. Liverpool full Rami Naples. A new Napoli team will change face and the spy in the kakra. But so watch the results at Luciano Spalletti in the Italian Serie A Bayern 1-1 kakra. For the first time in many years, they are playing without Koulibaly in the Champions League. Di Lorenzo Modasso, Mario Rue, this Korean international Obabe Pero Aman is still available. Ndombele Amo the last game against Lazio, but he will be back against a team of in Liverpool. No Ababe Pe Zambu Aguiza in midfield, having Lizano, Victor Osimhen, Zelinski, Ejaf Elmas in the 4-2-3-1 Luciano Spalletti the bedroom and Liverpool so Genoa. Yeah, come dia, yeah, catch Chelsea the Nyeman Koye, but as usual, there's no pressure on Jurgen Klopp to perform.
Okay.
Nkoye will league him, but in the Champions League, or match the time and again, so Omodi Nkoye cry Champions League, the Omunimbo. The last time playing against Napoli and recent times, results Omkoiti Omutenya against Atlanta, against Inter Milan, and against Napoli and Liverpool were better placed to grant results. At the Diego Armando Maradona Stadium, Liverpool press and Genoa, I believe said there were more the materials are omubeti mediateso. And I think Napoli be more a match, but Liverpool started that game as favorite.
Ataka Kradwe Chronom na Abre, good morning to you and the crew. Thanks for the good work you're doing. Tell Achida I like his character. Vargasu Swala inside Gosu I have original capital. And I was saying, tell Achida I like his character. And I would former was Then about him.
Does he know what he's like?
Who's a open subai at least so no see kasa ni bibia also open.
Who han
So how to say?
Me yo so open one.
Okay.
And I say oh yes obi anga so open.
No wo busu apel sa na.
Who class ya fausa?
The guy named Mobo. Oh, yeah, Mobo.
So wo busu apel.
No, guy named Mobo. I didn't know it's in the video. Only what?
You know TV.
There is some truth in that's why I can remember. Truth kakra.
Ara no ma ware ara wa.
Okay.